Nikia, and you are watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is Young and the Restless edition. Today is Monday, August the 7th, 2023. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I know I did. Let's get into it. On a scale of 1 to 10, honestly, Young and the Restless has been good lately to me. So it was a solid episode. I'm going to give it an 8 from me. I loved everyone who was in it and the different interactions between the people. All right, let's start off with Nate and Victoria. So Nate and Victoria are no. Actually, I'm not going to start off with them. I'm going to start off with Phyllis, Phyllis, Sharon, and Adam. So at first it's just Phyllis and Sharon, and they picked up where they left off, but for some reason Adam was at the bar now. He wasn't standing with them. But anyways, they're going back and forth. Sharon is telling Phyllis, listen, don't mess this up, bringing your bad juju, your bad karma over here to this new company we're trying to start. Now, with Sharon being condescending, yes, she was. And Phyllis is just like, listen, I know we had our history and all that, but I'm trying to be a changed person. I'm trying to turn my life around, and that's it. And so they were going back and forth, and Adam gets up and he said, listen, we all had a past. Let's move forward and look at positivity. He was actually playing Sharon's card on him that she always like be positive and all that. So he told her to do the same thing, and so they all sit down and agree that they all need this company for whatever different reasons, and they're gonna try to go out and be um the best that they can be so that the company can run smoothly. And that's it on that. So then we go over here to Sharon and Mariah and Tessa. And Tessa looked really pretty on this episode. But anyways, because sometimes they make her look a little I don't know, like homely sometimes, even though she's supposed to be a rock star. Sometimes they make her look a little homely, or she's supposed to be a star. But anyways, so Mariah and Tessa, and congratulations to Mariah. They are talking to Sharon, and they let them know that they found a sitter, so that's good. They can work peacefully, knowing their child is taken care of, and that she is going to be working for the new company with Sharon. And of course, they're really excited about that. She said the only downside is maybe working with Phyllis, and Sharon said, well, she tells them again that we all need this company, every single one of us, for different reasons. Adam needs it for his reason. Nick, they're trying to declare their independence from Victor. Sharon needs it so that she can be a bona fide businesswoman, even though she runs a successful Crimson Light, but she wants to go into corporate. Phyllis needs it to try to redeem herself. So they're all using it for different reasons. And so I said, girl, you quit Jabot, because we know that Diane and Jack were talking about Mariah leaving. You quit Jabot before you told Sharon that you were coming to work for them. But anyways, they all agree that, they're going to be focused on, positivity, and they're just going to work great together. So that's it with them, y'all. I just wanted to get them out of the way. I actually do like Mariah and Tessa, and if they would give them like a legit storyline instead of just throwing them in every few months, because that's what it feels like. It feels like every like month and a half they'll pop up just to say, hey, we're still on this soap, and then they'll do maybe a week or so of episodes on and off, and then they'll go away again. So if they would actually give them a legit storyline, I wouldn't mind it. But anyways, let's move forward. So then we see who else? Then let's go to um T- Tucker and Audra. So Tucker is with Audra, right? He goes into her apartment, or her hotel room, and he's just going off on her. He calls her all kind of silly and stupid and an idiot and a moron, and she can't be this sloppy. And she was like, well, first of all, hello, and what are we talking about? And he tells her about the singer and everything. She said, your hands were clean of that. And he said, but remember, you sent that email. That he never got the email, y'all. It went to his junk mail, so he never saw the email. So that's why when they were telling him about it, when Adam and Phyllis were telling him about it, he wasn't sure how many emails it was, what was said on the emails, because he never actually saw them. They went to his junk mail and he never got them. I said, now how did that happen? But okay. So when he told Audra, and she said, "Well, I thought you wiped the servers. Why would you sell your company and not wipe the servers?" He said, "I did, but this is Adam, and I guess one of the servers didn't get wiped, and it happened to be that server that had that email on it." And she was like, um, and she was like, "Oh, well, okay, but it still doesn't incriminate you." He said, "Do you remember this? You were sending that email that says single problem remedied, hands clean, and all that." And she was like, "But they can't say that, you knew about it and all that." But that's when he was telling her about the emails, and he said, "You're gonna fix this." And she said, "What you want me to do?" He said, "Adam is gonna come for Newman Media, so you gotta fix this with Adam." Or whatever she said. And she said, Victor said he would never merge Adam's company with Newman Media. He would never let it merge. And he said, "You think Adam cares what Victor wants?" He's the poster child for going directly against the orders of his father. What are you talking about? This review is long because I really enjoyed the episode, y'all. Sorry. But he said he's the poster child of going against whatever his dad wants. And so he said, "You fix it." He said, "I'm gonna handle my end." And she said, "Handle your end. That means something else is going on. What else is going on?" I don't know if he told her or not. They don't show him telling her. He just tells her, "You fix it because you could be in trouble with this just as much as I could. So get to it, hop to it." That's what I heard. And so the next thing we see is Audra going over there to Adam, and she telling him, she heard about what's going on and all that, and that, it would be in his best interest. Hold on, I gotta take my baby's nuggets out. She told him it would be in his best interest if he would just let this go or whatever, and he said, because he can't prove anything that they knew. And she said, he said, "Well, actually, we can't prove that y'all didn't know for the whole time," because she said Tucker didn't have anything to do with it. He wasn't really running the company, because that was when I guess he had his accident. And Adam said, "Well, all that proves is that we don't have evidence that you did not know this whole time, and so because of that, y'all are in a lot more trouble." Because if we could say that y'all knew this whole time, y'all can't prove that you didn't. And so he said, so she was like, "So what do you want?" And he said, "I want Newman Media." She said, "I can't give it to you. It's not mine just to give." He said, "But I bet you can convince Victor to merge my company with Newman Media." And she was like, "Why would he listen to me?" He was like, "I'm sure you honed your skills over the years. Do it." And I said, "Oh God, Audra always have to deal with these men using her." So that's what Adam wants. He wants her to use her position at Newman Media so that he can get Newman Media. Now Tucker is at the bar, right? And he's drinking. He's not having a good day. So he's drinking, and then Nate and Victoria come down. Now they had been upstairs earlier, and he told her about his conversation with Nikki, and how he was telling Nikki that they weren't serious, but he could see it going that way. And Victoria pretty much said, "I don't know if I want to be in a serious relationship anymore. Like, I'm cool with where we are. I'm gonna hit you up. You come over. We take care of each other's needs, and then we work together. Like, I'm cool with this or whatever. And we can be partners in the boardroom, but I don't want to actually have you as a life partner," because she's been burned a few times. And he said, but he could see it going there. I said, "Oh, okay, Nate." Anyways, they get dressed and go downstairs, and they see Tucker. And Tucker tells them, "Y'all might want to look after Adam because he's going to come for Newman Media." Now, he's trying to warn them, but Victoria and Nate are so superior that they don't. Tucker, you lost your company. We got your company, or whatever it is, whatever. I don't care about that. So, because of that, they're not taking Tucker seriously, right? And he says, "Audra's on your front line. You never know if she's gonna fall or whatever," because he's trying to tell them what's going on, but without telling them. And Nate says, "I have all the trust in Audra and everything." And so they was like, "Yeah, we got this, Tucker." And so Victoria struts off, and Nate right behind her, chest out. And I said, "All right, he tried to tell y'all." And they said, "And also, why, I thought Audra was your friend. Was she done with you? She you try to go after her again, and she let you know again that she's done with you. Now your feelings hurt, so you trying to undermine her." So he let him go on off or whatever, because he was like, "I tried to warn you." So then Daniel comes up. Now Daniel had been with Summer earlier, and she was like, "Oh, can we just not fight or whatever?" He was like, okay, cool." So then he tells her about Phyllis and the deal she has with Cricket offered her, and she said she not gonna take it, is he? He said, "I don't know," and she was like, "I don't want her to take that deal. Christine is doing nothing but trying to intimidate her into taking that." And he was like, "It would save you, Summer." And she said, "Yeah, that really ain't real or whatever. She just tried to get mom to plead guilty." And he was like, "Oh my gosh, Phyllis has you brainwashed and y'all got this connection." And she said, "Daniel, I'm not asking you to understand the connection I have with my mother. I'm not telling you you have to have any type of thing with it. But what you do need to do is butt out. Like, it's my life, it's her life. If she want to run it the way runs it, that's on her. It has nothing to do with you." And she said, "Leave me alone." And so she gets up out of there. So now Daniel sees Tucker, and he walks up to Tucker and says, "I don't know what you got going on with my mom, but stay away from her." And he took, because Tucker head was down, he was drinking. Tucker wasn't having it. I said, "All right, Daniel." Anyways, child, let's move on. So we go over here and we see who else? Sharon. Oh, I talked about Sharon and Phyllis. So then we see Phyllis and Summer. We see Phyllis and Summer, and they're talking, right? Oh, but yeah, we see Phyllis and Summer, and they're talking, and Tucker is actually there with Phyllis before Summer gets there, and Tucker was telling Phyllis, pretty much to lay to make all the he'll give her Carson if she wipes the servers, make it all go away. He'll give it to her. And she said, "I'm gonna think about it." That's pretty much what she's like, because she's like, "I don't know if I could trust you," because he wants to do her to do it first, and then he'll give her Carson. And so she don't know if she could trust him. And he says, "You're not useful with Diane anyways. You didn't even want to do it." Because Phyllis really was just like, "I just need Carson so I can get out of prison. I don't want to mess with Diane." That's the whole reason she got the leverage anyways, because she wouldn't do what he wanted her to do, which was keep going after Diane. I said, this ruined her life. All this resentment and anger ruined her life going after Diane. She needed to chill out. And so he was like, "Y'all, you weren't good at it anyways, and you got all this anger. You really need to work on your chakras." And then so he was leaving or whatever, because Phyllis said, "I'll let you know." So he was leaving, and Summer sees him, and she was like, "What is he doing here?" And he was like, "I was just checking on your mom." And so he leaves, and Summer's like, "What is going on, Mom? I need you to be honest with me." She said, "Daniel told me about the deal Christine offered." And she said, "Oh, I'm sure he did." And Summer's like, "You're not considering taking it, are you?" And she was like, "Of course I am." And that's why I don't know why Daniel was tripping, because I'm like, "Sir, if it comes down to it, Phyllis would take the deal so that Summer could stay out of prison. She don't want to, but she would." And so Summer was like, "No, you're not taking this deal, Mom. You're not going to prison for me. Where you're gonna keep fighting." And Phyllis is like, "Yeah, I'm gonna keep fighting, but I have to keep all my options open." And she was like, "No, that's not an option." So then Summer just tells her, "I've been beside you. You've trusted me. I've been beside you. I know everything. I need to know what's going on with you and Tucker. Like, I need to know the whole truth." And I hope Phyllis just goes ahead. After everything Summer has lost, you owe her that truth, Phyllis. And you my girl, but you owe her that. So let's move on. Then we go and we see Daniel talking to Heather, and he's telling Heather about everything that's going on. And when he tells her about what Christine offered, she said, she can't do that. She cannot offer her that deal." And Daniel was like, she should take it for Summer. And she said, we're not taking that deal, Daniel. That's not a good deal. And Christine is not going to go after Summer. He said, we don't know that. And maybe she should take it so she can be accountable for her actions and this and that. And Heather was like, "Listen, I don't know what's going on with, about how he feels or whatever," she said, "but I am her attorney, and I'm going to do what's best for my client." And because he was like, "Are you going to really let Summer go to prison?" And she said, Summer is not her client. Phyllis is, and she has to do what's best for her and advise her client on what's best for her. But now that Daniel told her what happened, Heather goes over and talks to Cricket. And she tell Cricket, "What you doing? Like, you're borderline what is it, coercion? Like, you can't talk to my client without me being there. And she said she came and approached me or whatever, and she said, "Oh yeah," and she was trying to intimidate me, and she said, "Oh really? Was there witnesses for this intimidation?" And then Cricket was trying to tell Heather that um she did all of these things. And Summer did know about her mom and being alive and all that. So she would be in her rights to go after Summer. And she said, "Yeah, but you can't go to my client behind my back without me being there and offer her this deal. That's cornering her." And then Cricket tries to say, "I thought, we had some kind of a bond." And she's like, "I thought you loved the law and you were about justice." And Heather is like, "I am about justice and I'm going to get the best deal for my client." And she tells Christine, "What you're doing and all this that you've done, trying to use leverage Summer against Phyllis, you're making this personal, and it's not supposed to be personal." She was like, "If you went by the book of the law, I would understand it, but you're trying to bend the rules." And she said, "I'm gonna ask the judge to remove you." And I am loving Heather and Christine going at each other. Like, I like it, brings it like they're different characters on this show, because that was my one complaint when I stopped reviewing it for a while. It was like, we see the same people doing the same thing, but Christina and Cricket are different characters for me to watch, and I'm enjoying seeing them go at each other, and just seeing the different people now having to interact, like Adam and Audra. I'm enjoying this soap again. So anyways, guys, that's all I got for you today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you tomorrow for an all new episode of What Happened on the Soaps, the Young and the Restless edition. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.